Well, folks, it's finally happened. The DVHS video is here. Now, I know others have covered digital VHS and D-Theater, the pre-recorded format, but a lot of them glossed over the history of the format. It actually originated in 1998 as a standard definition digital video format. You may be thinking, okay, what was the need for digital recording back in 1998? Well, digital VHS back then was a niche product, and it was used to record digital satellite television, such as DirecTV and Dish Network. Now, back then, a lot of those digital VHS VCRs had an integrated digital satellite tuner, allowing for one-touch recording all in one neat little box underneath your TV. And looking at the videotapes produced at the time, they certainly took advantage of this marketing, even going as far as putting a picture of a satellite and saying that it was ideal for digital satellite television. Now, it led to a little quirk in the format. I have a couple DVHS tapes here. If you noticed, the tape length is mentioned in DF300. DF, I believe, stands for digital format, but this refers to standard definition recording time because the default speed for standard definition recording on digital VHS decks is equivalent to the LP VHS recording speed. When HD was added, they recycled. Now, this tape is too old to actually have it, but the HD format runs at the same speed as SP recording. So the tapes are actually marked for double the capacity for HD recording. And if you're recording HD, this is actually a 150-minute tape. Now, you may also be wondering, what's the difference between a digital VHS tape and a standard VHS or even an SVHS tape? Well, I happen to have a Super VHS tape here. And you'll see SVHS tapes have a detection hole over here on the bottom of the cassette, while digital VHS has one on both sides. Now, some VCRs like mine, you can actually override the detection and record digital VHS onto Super VHS tapes if you happen to have them. These days, both are pretty rare. And a bunch of companies made these tapes. You have Maxell here, JVC, Mitsubishi. By the way, these tapes were both made in the same factory. They just had different labels. And I don't have one, but Panasonic made tapes as well. Now, you may be wondering how people recorded onto digital VHS if they didn't have satellite TV. Well, the most popular method, believe it or not, was using either a cable box or an ATSC tuner, like this Samsung SIR T165, which came mint in the box courtesy of eBay. Now, recording on the digital VHS was not, as they would say, easy initially, because unlike this JVC deck shown here, most digital VHS decks were simply standard VHS decks with extra heads and a firewire port in the back. They could not record even analog programming onto digital VHS tapes. They would only record regular VHS. So you would need to buy a box like this, which had an MPEG-2 decoder and encoder, and digitized S-video and composite video, and transmit it to FireWire to this deck. Now, JVC thought this was stupid, so all of their decks, like this SR-VD400U, have a built-in MPEG encoder and decoder. So you can record from analog sources and play back all of your digital VHS tapes without needing an external box like this. Now, one thing that you've yet to see in any other video with digital VHS is what time shifting looks like. It was mentioned time and time again, and no one had the equipment, obviously, in their videos to show this. I happen to have it here, so we're going to time shift whatever is on TV right now. And I'm choosing something that will not affect, cause copyright issues. I think this is Coney TV out of New York City. And so let's put a tape in. And you'll note that I have both the main TV and this on. There's a reason for this. This box over here is a buggy piece of crap. If I try to record or view DVHS tapes, it shuts down. It won't let me do anything from the tuner itself. In a perfect world, I would be able to schedule recordings from the built-in program guide. Let's see if I can get that up. Takes a couple seconds because it's actually pulling this information from over the air. And yes, most modern digital tuners do not have this capability built into them, particularly the one that's in this TV. But you can see my local programming. You can actually select via the remote, which I'm not going to bother showing because it's a pain in the neck. This box, by the way, this box is really slow too. So you can see it's like an ancient computer, which it is because it's from 2002. So we got our tape in. We have our programming in. And by the way, if anyone was not impressed by Tecmo's VCR's on-screen display, JVC heard you, and they put in a very nice menu system on this VCR. So what we're going to do is record whatever the heck this is. So as you can see, the record indicator is on, and we're recording high-definition programming. I don't know what resolution this is, 720p. To a digital VHS tape, and it really isn't that complicated. Off over-the-air television. So I'm sure this is interesting and exciting programming. I don't even know what the heck this is, but I'm not going to worry too much because it's probably not going to trip any copyright. So let's hit stop. Rewind. You can see the on-screen display up there. Oh, I guess it's done. So let's hit play now. Huh, and there we are. Of course, what you can do with any VCR, you can hit pause. You can obviously go back to play. And you have queuing functions. You can see we're queuing through what we just recorded. Yes, this VCR has a squeaky transport on it. Now, that's live TV over there, and that's what we recorded.
And a friend of the Calandras as well, Lydia Bastianis, and the award winner.
And that's the end of our recording. So you hit stop there.
I have been involved.
So, oh, we got that. Turn that off. So there you have it. That's how you record digital HD programming onto digital VHS decks. Now, not everyone did this over the air. My box full of digital VHS tapes that I got at an eBay auction, where all these tapes came from, actually have movies off of premium cable TV stations like HBO, Showtime, etc. And you could actually get a cable box. It used to be required by the FCC. I don't know if the law has changed. Cable companies were mandated to offer it if it was available, equipment with FireWire, in order for you to use your digital VHS deck. And you could save and archive your programs off your DVR direct to this, albeit with copy protection, a system that is annoying, but some stations, some cable networks didn't turn it on. So most of the time, the tapes were written with what was called a copy once flag, which means you could copy the tape once, and the copy that you made could not be copied. But for the most part, it wasn't enforced. So there's a lot of digital VHS copies of movies out there. And this was the only way to get HD quality versions of your movies if they were not available in D-Theater, because Blu-ray, happen to have a Blu-ray player over there, hadn't come out yet. That didn't come out until 2006. So, believe it or not, in all those myriad of tapes that I have, I actually have Back to the Future in high definition on digital VHS. Yeah, that's one format that wasn't commercially released, but I'll keep that tape hidden away, treasured, because I have Back to the Future on one format that no one else probably has. So, thank you for watching. You've come to the end of the video. Leave a like, leave a comment. Have a nice day.